Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for a very warm reception. It was 144 years ago that members of the Democratic Party first met in convention to select a presidential candidate. Since that time, Democrats have continued to convene once every 4 years and draft a party platform and nominate a presidential candidate. And our meeting this week is a continuation of that tradition. But there is something different about tonight. There is something special about tonight. What is different? What is special? I, Barbara Jordan, am a keynote speaker. A lot of years passed since 1832, and during that time it would have been most unusual for any national political party to ask a Barbara Jordan to deliver a keynote address. But tonight, here I am. And I feel that notwithstanding the past, that my presence here is one additional bit of evidence that the American dream need not forever be deferred.
Certainly, we want to locate him and we want to negotiate with him. Negotiate just regarding the resignation, not about other things. And we would appeal, ex-speaker, appeal that he should resign. His business is finished in Kyrgyzstan.
Suicide day before yesterday in 4 suicide bombings. How many people are dying daily? Yeah. The body count is terrible. And the more, if you look at it 5 years ago, the body count was very small. So with every year, the number of people that the suicide bombers and the militants and the roadside bombers kill is larger and larger and larger. So unless we take a stand and give a sacrifice, if people don't sacrifice to save their homeland, nobody else is going to save it. Responsibilities to protect the life, liberty, and livelihood of their people, to protect the unity and the integrity. So I don't blame ordinary people for trying to survive, but I think there's a job that needs to be done.
Verdict.
There is so much hope after the restoration of the Chief Justice. People are now thinking the Constitution is going to be revived, true democracy is going to come, this is going to be the end of a particular era in our time. So I think against this expectation and hope, the Supreme Court will not let down the aspirations of the people of Pakistan.
And the declaration was written to elaborate the rights already mentioned in the Charter, and to emphasize also for all of us the fact that the building of human rights would be one of the foundation stones on which we would build in the world an atmosphere in which peace could grow. For that reason, all over the world, we've encouraged the associations for the United Nations to observe a whole week before United Nations Day comes around to explain United Nations and what goes on in that organization. And when we come to the celebration for human rights, we try to particularly have people study the Declaration so that they will really understand what were considered to be the most essential rights for all people to have throughout the world.
Even today, there are those who are trying to silence our words.
But the voices of this conference and of the women at YRO must be heard loudly and clearly. It is a violation of human rights when babies are denied food or drowned or suffocated or their spines broken simply because they are born girls. It is a violation of human rights when women and girls are sold into the slavery of prostitution for human greed, and the kinds of reasons that are used to justify this practice should no longer be tolerated. It is a violation of human rights when women are doused with gasoline, set on fire, and burned to death because their marriage dowries are deemed too small. It is a violation of human rights when individual women are raped in their own communities and when thousands of women are subjected to rape as a tactic or prize of war. It is a violation of human rights when a leading cause of death worldwide among women ages 14 to 44 is the violence they are subjected to in their own homes by their own relatives. It is a violation of human rights when young girls are brutalized by the painful and degrading practice of genital mutilation. It is a violation of human rights when women are denied the right to plan their own families, and that includes being forced to have abortions or being sterilized against their will. If there is one message that echoes forth from this conference, let it be that human rights are women's rights and women's rights are human rights once and for all.